Hey guys, it's John here from Fatty Miniatures. I got Taylor today. We got a treat for you. It's an 1850 point game of Dark Angels once again versus Ynnari. Brand new army.
Pretty fun.
The mission today is Spoils of War. That's the one where there are 6 objectives. If you don't achieve secure objective X 1 through 6, your opponent can steal it. So it's going to be a little bit of fun. Definitely a lot of beautifully painted Aeldar on the board today.
Thank you.
I'm really excited. So, a little scared.
Me too.
I've seen some things online, and we played that one game.
I got stumped. I got lucky. It was like 7 to 3
I got
or
lucky.
something.
A lot of really good dice rolls and a lot of failed armor saves on your end.
No,
so,
on both ends, I feel like.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll go into the armies and we'll show you the board and the deployment. Alright guys, so Taylor's 1850 points of Ynnari. We'll start over here.
Yep, okay, so I got, I'm running 2 Archons for this game, so I got, both of them have webway portals. One of them has a blaster, but the one without the blaster is going with 5 Scythe Wraith Guards, so those will be scary, and they'll be deep striking in, no scatter. I also brought an Aspect Host, so I brought 2 units of 5 Warp Spiders with Exarchs, just base. And then 1 unit of 5 Fire Dragons with an Exarch. I got 3 units of Scatterbikes, of course, so those will be also fun. I brought the Yncarn, or Yncarn, I don't know how you say it. That'll be deep striking in when something dies, hopefully.
Beautifully painted.
Thank you.
Just trying to get a good...
Very excited about that. Hopefully it'll do better now that it's painted.
Yeah, I think that was the one thing, was it wasn't painted.
Yep. I'm bringing a unit of 5 Scourges with Haywire Blasters.
Oh.
Trying to take out some Rhinos this game, hopefully. I brought 2 units of 3 Reavers with Cluster Caltrops. And then I brought 2 units of 10 Dark Eldar Warriors with Splinter Cannons. And they're going to be in 2 Raiders with Splinter Racks.
Awesome. That is Taylor's 1850 of Ynnari. So we'll go over to the Dark Angels. So here's my 1850 points of Dark Angels. We'll start over here. We have the Deathwing Strike Force. HQ choice is a Librarian. He is modeled in Power Armor. He's actually in Terminator Armor. He is a level 2 Psyker. His psychic powers are Mindworm, Righteous Repugnance, and Trephination. Trephination I think will do pretty well this game. Then I have the Deathwing Knights with the Relic of the Unforgiven and a 5-man Deathwing Terminator Squad. Assault Cannon. This guy's modeled with a Chain Fist. He doesn't have it. I didn't have the points for it. And then we're going to come over here to the bulk of my army, which is a Lion's Blade Strike Force. So we have the 10th Company support auxiliary choice right here. And then we have the Warlord right here, which is a Chaplain with a Jump Pack. Now he does have the Warlord trait that I rolled, which gives a -1 to all of Taylor's reserve rolls. And then the rest of the Lion's Blade Strike Force will start here and work over. We have a 5-man Devastator Squad. Just bolters. Didn't have any points to upgrade them. We have a 5-man Assault Squad. The Sergeant here has a Plasma Pistol, as do these 2 right here. So we'll see what happens with that. We have my favorite Command Squad and a Razorback with a Twin Link Glass Cannon. We have the Company Champion. We have an Apothecary. And then we have a Chapter Banner. And then over here we have a 10-man Tactical Squad and a Rhino. Sergeant has a Plasma Pistol and a Chainsword. And then we have a Plasma Gun and a Plasma Cannon. And then same thing over here. We have a 10-man Tactical Squad with a Veteran Sergeant, because that is the model that I have, with a Plasma Pistol and a Chainsword, Plasma Cannon, Plasma Gun, and a Rhino. And then one last tactical squad with a sergeant with a power fist and a combi plasma, plasma gun, and a missile launcher, and they are also in a rhino. And that is my 1850 of Dark Angels. Alright guys, there is Taylor's deployment right over there, and then followed by my deployment. My Devastators are sitting in there. My assault squad's there. My scouts actually infiltrated, and they're hiding inside. Actually, no, I'm going to put them on top. They're going to end up right here so that they can actually see. And then I'm going to try to seize the initiative.
Here we go. This could break me. Whew.
And I saw that 6 for a second, but we will get back to you after Taylor's movement on turn 1. So here's Taylor's movement. These scatter bikes started there, moved up 12 to there. And then these Reavers right here started over here and just jumped up there to make sure that they get objective number 1, which is one of Taylor's cards. While we're here, here's his cards: secure objective 1, no prisoners, and a witch hunter. He just has to kill a unit and secure objective 1, which he's already doing. Witch hunter he can't get this turn because my librarian is in reserve. His scourges just hopped up a little bit with their haywire blasters looking right over there at those wonderfully delicious tanks. Reaper?
Raider.
Raider.
Yep.
The Raider just scooted up a little bit. Also looking like it's looking at those tanks.
It's going to kill some people who fall out.
Wonderful. Then those Reavers jumped up, grabbing objective number 5 just in case. And that Raider just kind of pivoted, giving it a little bit line of sight there. And then those 2 units of scatter bikes just stayed still. Your Psyker's off the table.
Yep.
So no psychic phase. So we'll go straight into the shooting phase.
I'm going to go for it.
Starting here, Taylor's got line of sight on the one guy.
Rolling with some scatter lasers. You probably will hit him with one of them.
Alright.
Hitting on 3s.
Perfect. And 3 hits.
And wounded on 2s.
Oh. Alright, 1 wound with a 3-up save. And he's good.
Alright.
Then we'll move over here to these Reavers.
They're just going to sit there.
Sit there.
Yep.
And then those Scourges are going to shoot at the Rhino.
Yep, shooting at the Rhino for haywire blasters. So hitting on 3s.
Perfect. And they all hit.
Alright.
And then glancing on 2s, 6s are pens. So and all 4 glances. They don't ignore night fighting?
They have night vision.
Okay, so they do. Alright, so that Rhino is popped, and I'll pile out real quick. Alright, so there's that Rhino. These 2 combat squads have kind of split up a little bit. Plasma cannon there, plasma gun and plasma pistol with the sergeant on this side. I'm hoping to hide a little bit from all that stuff over there. But I think he's going to go with the Raider next.
Yeah, yep. And I'm actually going to fire the Dark Lance first.
Okay.
At that.
At that one there?
That thing. I can't remember what that's
called. The Razorback.
Yep.
Okay. Hitting on a 3.
Yep. I usually miss these.
And that's a hit?
Yep. Strength 8, AP 2.
Okay, so it'll be glancing on 3.
Yep.
Alright, and does that ignore night fighting?
It does.
Okay.
So
I don't think I get a cover save there.
Yeah, I don't think so. And a +1 on the damage table. So,
so it is just snap firing next turn. And down to 2 hull points. Alright.
Alright, and the guys on the inside have 24-inch range. Let's see here. I think I can maybe shoot some of those guys. Those are combat squad in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll shoot at the one on the left.
This one right here?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, and I get a ton of dice for this one, actually.
Yeah.
So I get 9 from the guys, and then 6 from the splinter cannon.
Perfect.
15 shots. These are hitting on 3s also.
Okay.
And I get to reroll because of the splinter rags.
Alright, hitting on 3s. And the reroll, missing 3 of them. And then, what's the strength on those?
So they're poison 4+.
Poison 4 up, alright.
This dice was included. Alright, wounded on 4s.
Alright, and we got a 6 over there.
The 8 wounds.
Perfect. There's that one right there. So get the saves and come right back. Alright, so 8 wounds on that 5-man unit, 3 up saves. And 3 guys die. So that'll pull 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then we'll move over to those Reaver jet bikes right there.
Okay, they're just going to sit there. Well, I guess they have twin link splinter, or they just have a splinter rifle on them.
Okay.
So they'll be able to shoot. Are they within 12? No. So they'll get 3 shots at those guys.
Okay. Hitting on 3s.
Yep. These guys also have night vision.
So 2 hits.
2 hits. And wounded on 4s.
And 1 wound with a 3 up save. Oh.
Oh no.
Not looking so hot for the Dark Angels so far this game. So 1 guy goes down. And then you got your Raider over there.
Yep, he's going to fire his Dark Lance at that Rhino.
At that Rhino there.
Yep.
The one that would not get any cover.
Yep.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s.
1 hit.
So it's a
3 to glance. And that's a pen. Alright.
And damage +1. So that's 6.
So it is immobilized. And down to 2 hull points.
Whew. Okay. And then the guys on the inside are going to shoot at your scouts there. So they'll get the 15 shots.
Alright, 15 shots at those 5 scouts. Hitting on 3s.
Alright, hitting on 3s. And they get to reroll because of the racks. Which
Doesn't
really help me that
rerolling 1.
Yep.
Alright, and it still misses.
Phew.
Are there poison 4 up?
Yep.
Okay. Much better roll for the Dark Angels this time. Looks like 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
Alright, we'll come right back with the save. Alright, so 5 3 up saves. And 2 go down. Once again, the Ynnari are whittling away at the Dark Angels.
It's payback for that stomping they got.
Man, that was a fun game though. It really was. So we'll go on to those scatter bikes.
Yep, they're going to shoot at that same squad.
The same squad. You know what? I guess I could have gone to ground.
Still can.
Yeah, I'll go to ground, and so those 2 will actually be safe.
Okay.
Because that'll give them a +1.
Yeah.
I never think about that because Space Marines can.
But you think of them as being not scared enough to.
Right.
Because they don't know any fear.
Right. So, yeah, they're going to go to ground. That'll give them 2 up saves in the cover.
I can only see with 2 of these guys. And hitting on 3s. You will get your +1 cover against this. And wounded on 2s.
So
4 wounds.
4 wounds. And all 4 safe.
All good. And then this squad will shoot at that squad again.
This squad here will shoot at the
squad.
Okay.
On 3s.
Alright. Decent roll. Looks like half.
I'll take it.
And wounded on 2s.
Yep.
And
it's going to be 5 wounds. Yep.
And 5 saves. It's 4.
Yep.
And that's a 4 as well. So they are all good.
Alright.
So I do have to remember that they are snap shooting in my turn. I think that's the shooting phase.
Yep.
Assault phase. Do you have any assault moves?
Nah, that's
No assault moves with these guys.
went shooty this time. Yeah.
All right. Well, then we will go on to Dark Angels, turn 1. I do have to take a leadership test for that 5-man or the combat squad there that got cut down to 2 guys.
Yep.
And leadership 9, and they're good with a 4.
Cool. So then I can claim 2 objectives.
Yep. You killed a unit. And you secured objective 1. If you just want to put them on that corner over there,
Sure.
we'll keep track of them that way.
And then I think I'm just going to discard Witch Hunter.
Okay.
I always discard Witch Hunter.
Perfect. So go ahead and, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So going on to Dark Angels turn 1. These are the cards for Dark Angels on turn 1. Secure objective 5, which is right there. Hopefully I'm able to secure that. Otherwise, Taylor gets it automatically next turn. Secure objective 4, which my scouts are holding, and unfortunately behind enemy lines. I don't think I have anything fast enough this turn to get to his board edge or within 12, so I'll either discard that or hang on to it for next turn. But we'll go into the movement phase and we'll get back to you guys. Movement phase for Dark Angels is over. Those scouts stayed still. This rhino is immobilized, so it also stayed still. That rhino moved up 6, and then 5 of the guys piled out 6 inches because they did combat squad. The plasma cannon is still inside. I'm probably going to shoot at those scatter bikes over there. The Devastator squad moved up 6 inches, trying to get a charge off over there. The 2-man combat squad moved over 6 inches. Just moving over so that I can possibly steal that objective just in case Taylor gets that card. This 5-man squad stayed still. The Razorback moved up. It is snap shooting, so didn't really care too much. It did not get stuck, so lucky there. It is within 3 inches of that objective, just in case, because it's objective secured. And then right here we have the assault squad, which moved up 12. Did roll for dangerous terrain. They all are fine. 5 inches away from those scatter bikes over there. So we'll see what happens as we go into the shooting phase for Dark Angels on turn 1. Alright, so we're going to start here with these scouts. Going to shoot at those 3 scatter bikes. They are snap shooting, so they're hitting on 6s. Did you want to jink?
No.
Okay.
Oh no!
3 hits.
Should have jank.
And they're going to be wounding on 4s. And 1 rending.
Okay.
And 1 regular wound.
So they do have, unless those have some sort of night fighting thing, so he'll get a 6-up cover.
Yeah, they don't have any kind of night fighting. So
yeah.
6-up cover for the rend.
The rending.
And he saves it.
It's a miracle.
And then
1 armor save, which is good.
Which
3 up.
he saves.
Yeah.
So then we'll do from here. We'll do the. What's the front armor on the?
It's 10 all the way.
10 all around.
Yep.
So we'll start here with the Stormbolter, shooting at the Raider.
And that will jank.
Okay. So hitting on 3s. So 2 hits. And wounding on, or glancing on 6s. Because. Alright, so 1 glance.
Okay. And 6 up. Or I guess 4 up.
And you get a 3.
3 up, that's
so,
right. I'll take that. So he makes it.
4 up jank plus night fighting.
Night fighting.
Yeah, so you're good. So then we have a missile launcher inside. Shooting at the same thing. So hitting on a 3. And it hits.
Okay.
And strength 8, so glancing on a 2. And that's going to be a pen.
Okay. I'll take my 3 up.
Oh.
It's fine.
All right.
All day.
So then we'll come over here, and the Stormbolter will also shoot at the same Raider. Think I have line of sight?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Probably good. Well, I already have it.
You already got a
Don't matter.
3-up jinx.
Yep.
So 2 shots hitting on 3s. So 2 hits and glancing on 6s. Nothing. And then the plasma cannon that's inside will actually shoot at these scatter bikes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you jinking?
Yes.
Okay. Rolling to see if it gets hot. It does not. So we'll be right back with the scatter. Alright, so putting it here, I get all three. Rolling to scatter. And that's a direct hit. So 3 hits. Wounded on 2s.
Yeah.
So 3 wounds.
Alright, and they'll take their 3 up, Jake.
And 2 die.
Yep, they're gonna have to make a save too.
Alright. So the first bit of shooting that actually does anything, I might be out of range with the rest with a bolter, so I'll measure and get right back. Alright guys, so that rhino is actually outside of range of that last scatter bike. So we'll move on over here. This unit here of 2 guys, it is going to run. And it's going to run 4 inches, which will put it right about there. Alright. And then this plasma cannon does have line of sight on that raider right there. I double checked it earlier, but there you go. There's that raider. So rolling to see if it gets hot, and it does not. Here, do you want to put that on there?
Right in the middle's good.
Yeah. And then rolling for scatter. It's a direct hit. So strength 7 against armor 10. So 3 to glance. And that is going to be a pen. Do you want to roll your cover save? Or your jink?
Yep. He makes it.
And he makes it. Alright, well, that was all he had line of sight on. I did not want to shoot at those bikes, simply because I'm going to be charging them. I didn't want to kill them all. The twin link glass cannon on top is going to shoot at that raider. Did you want to jink?
No.
No? Okay.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I will.
You're going to jink?
What am I doing? Yeah,
okay.
jinking.
Alright, so hitting on 6s. Twin linked. And it misses.
Okay. It's just a direct lance.
Better to jink and, you know, be safe than not jink at all.
To jink again another day.
Yeah.
You know.
Those assault marines, I'm trying to think of the name here, a lot of different stuff than what I normally bring,
Yeah.
are going to shoot at those scatter bikes. I have 3 bolt pistols. Did you want to jink? Or sorry, 2 bolt pistols and 3 plasma pistols.
No, I'm not. Well, 2 plasma pistols? Yeah,
3 plasmas.
I'm good, Jink.
Okay, so the 2 bolt pistols first. 1 hits and does nothing. And then the 2 regular bolt or plasma pistols both hit. And 1 wound.
Okay.
Go ahead and take your
3 up.
and 1 dies. And the sergeant shooting his plasma pistol. And he hits. And he wounds.
And 3 up.
He's fine. Alright, so they have jinked.
So, take a save.
Now over there, I was going to shoot, but I decided that I really want them both to get into combat. Simply because that gets them farther up the field. So there's going to be no shooting over there. Do you want to take your leadership over here on these scatter bikes?
Take that right now. So leadership 8.
And they're fine. And then the other scatter bike, you can just roll it here.
Yeah. And they're fine.
And he's fine as well. Alright. So almost everything is jinked on the board. Which is fine for me. So moving straight into the assault phase, I'm going to charge first with the Devastators.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll overwatch them.
Okay, hitting on 6s.
Yep.
1 hit.
Hit, and wounding on 4s.
No. Alright, so we already pre-measured this. I do need an 8 on the dice to get in. It is a 6-inch charge going through cover.
Ooh, got it.
And a 6 and a 2. That will get them in. And then I might as well charge that other unit in as well. And a 6.
So, on 4 then. I think you'll be able to make it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So they are both in. So I'll do my charge move and we'll get back to you with the combat. Alright guys, so Taylor has two bikers, or two Reaver bikes going into the 5-man combat squad, and then one Reaver bike going into the 4-man Devastator squad. So 4 attacks because of the combat drugs.
Yep.
Into the 5-man squad.
Doing drugs. And I got weapon skill 4.
So hitting on 4s. So all 4 hit, and then strength.
Strength 3.
So hitting 1 on 5s. So 1 wound and a 3-up save. And he's fine. And the 2 attacks against the Devastators. So 1 hit.
And 1 on 5s.
And no wounds. Alright, so the Devastator squad, I'll just do them first.
Okay.
Gets 8 attacks on the charge. You know, like Taylor says, not every day you charge in with Devastators, because I didn't have points to give them any heavy weapons. So, yeah, hitting on force. Two hits and toughness 4.
Yep.
So wounding on force. So 1 wound.
Okay. And then I'm going to check real quick what their armor save is. I'm pretty sure it's not good. Not good at all. 5 up.
5 up armor. So 1 5-up save. And the one guy is gone. And then, so the 4 Marines will get 8 attacks. And then, so there's your 8 right there. And then the sergeant will actually get 3 attacks because he's got close combat weapon, or 2 close combat weapons, and he's charging. So, alright, so hitting on 4s. Alright, and not bad. And then wounding on 4s. Alright, so 3 wounds.
5 ups. Probably it right here. Oh.
And
Yep.
3 fails. So the Devastators will consolidate.
Oh no.
6 inches, and the 5-man Marine squad will consolidate 4 inches.
Ooh, and as that unit dies.
Oh, that's right. And then we'll do that charge right over there here in a second. But because that unit died,
Oop, I have to put him 1 inch away from your guys.
all right. So then I will charge the assault squad. I totally forgot about that, but we haven't left the assault phase yet. So.
Yeah.
And they are not in. You can go ahead and Overwatch though.
Oh, nice.
Because I used their jump packs earlier, so they don't get the,
That's right,
the
reroll.
reroll.
So hitting on 6s.
So 2 hits.
Wounding on 2s.
So 2 wounds, and they're fine. That is unfortunate. I kind of wanted to get them out of the open. So I'll do the consolidation over here, and we'll get back to you with the cards. Alright, so there's the consolidation there. So the Devastator squad holding that objective there. And then the 5-man unit backing up just a little bit. That is a big scary model. Definitely seen it in action before. Like I said, definitely looks really awesome on the table. So coming over to the cards over here, I am securing objective 4 with the scouts. So that's 1 point. Secured objective 5 with the Devastators. So 2 points to 3 because Taylor does have first blood. And I guess that is it. So we will go on to Aeldari, Ynnari, turn 2.
Yeah.
Alright guys, Taylor's cards for turn 2. Psychological warfare. He needs to make me fail a morale, opinion, or fear test this turn. Gonna be a little tough. Hold the line. At least 3 of his units and none of mine within 12 inches of his own table edge. He currently has that, so if he doesn't move, he'll be fine. We'll see what he does. And then secure objective 2, which is that one over there inside the tree. And we did just check. Those 2 Marines back there are within 3 inches, so he does have to kill them and hold the objective at the end of the turn in order to get that. Otherwise, I get it. And he has 4 units deep striking here. So do you want to roll for
Sure.
these guys first.
Yep.
Needing a 4. And they're
come
in. And then
Warp
these guys
spiders
are
come in.
And
fire dragons, they come in. And warp spiders too, they come in.
All right, so all of them are coming in.
That's terrifying.
So we'll do the deep strike. Really scary. Both of those units do not scatter because both Archons have webway portals.
Yep.
So he wants to place this unit right there. So we'll roll for that scatter.
Scatter here. You're good.
Direct hit. And then he's going to place this unit of warp spiders right there, trying to possibly sneak up on that objective 2 right there. So rolling for scatter.
Oh, he's going to scatter 5. Looks like he's going to be off the board.
So 5 inches is just off the board.
Uh-oh.
Want to roll for the mishap?
Yep. I can't remember what's good or bad.
4. I believe he's just going to go into ongoing reserve.
Oh.
Alright guys, movement phase for the Ynnari is over. So these 2 scatter bikes moved up, swinging around those assault marines. The Reaver jet bikes moved forwards. I've been informed that Taylor is going to charge with them.
Yep. Ruined the surprise.
The Scourges jumped up. 2 of them did have to take armor saves against the terrain that they just left. They both passed. That Raider just kind of stayed still.
Hovered.
The Avatar.
Yeah.
The Avatar moved up an inch away from those 5 Marines. That Raider and those 2 units of scatterbikes just stayed still. Taylor did have that card that he had to keep 3 units back. And then there is a lot of pain right there.
There's all my points right there.
So Taylor's going to go ahead and roll for his psychic dice.
Alright.
And he gets 6 plus his 3.
Yep, 3.
And then I get 6 to deny. One psyker right there is within 14 inches of the fire dragons.
Fire dragons, yep.
And so Taylor's going to do a blessing.
Yep. So I'm going to cast, what's it called here? Ancestor's Grace.
Okay, it's warp charge 2.
Yep.
And
here we go. I need 2. And it doesn't go off.
Does not go off.
Nope.
So I think it's safe to say you're going to throw the rest of your dice? Or
yes, yep.
At,
so I guess 6 of them now.
And you're going to throw the rest of them...
At this squad, I'm going to cast Unbind Souls, which is Warp Charge 2. It'll do Strength 4 hit to the whole squad.
Okay.
And be nothing.
Perfect. So you need 2 dice. You have 6 to cast.
Yep.
Okay. And
do it.
you perils.
I do perils.
But you get it with 5. So I need 5 6s to deny. Here it is right here. And I get 1 6. So go ahead and roll your perils.
That was very statistical right there.
It was.
Okay, so my perils. Oh man.
And I think that is just take a wound.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Right page here. 26.
Oh, here we go. 2. Mental Purge. 1 wound, no saves. Randomly select a psychic power. That power is immediately lost. So
okay.
I'll just do 1 and 2 is his Sanctic power. 3 and 4 is Unbind Souls, and then 5 and 6 is Ancestor's Grace.
And
so
Unbind Souls.
There you go.
It does go off, however.
Yep.
So there are 4 guys needing to wound on a 4s.
Okay. So I'm wounding on 4s. And if I kill any of these guys, I get to make a Soul Burst. Yep.
Okay. So 1 wound, 3 up save, and he's fine.
Okay.
So all in all, you lose a wound, you lose a power.
Could have gone worse for you.
It could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
Those guys right there, the fire dragons. The blessing was the +1 weapon skill.
Weapon skill, ballistic skill, initiative, attacks, and leadership.
So those guys are going to be a little scary for the next turn. So we will go into the shooting phase and come right back. Alright guys, shooting phase for the Ynnari, starting right here with these scatter bikes. Shooting into the assault marines, hitting on 6s.
Yep, 6s. They jinked.
3 hits.
6, 6, 6.
That is really good. Wounding on 2s, right?
Yep, 2s.
So 3 wounds, 3 up saves.
Oh
gosh.
no!
I'm gonna go ahead and look out, sir, from the sergeant on a 4+. So 1, 2, and 3.
All right.
Because I want to keep that plasma gun alive.
Yeah.
The plasma pistol alive. So then we'll go into the reavers.
Okay, and they have relentless, so they can still charge after they shoot.
Okay.
And they are going to fire their rapid fire splinter rifles. So they're hitting on 3s.
3s. So
Actually 4s. They have weapons go. I don't know why
Okay.
I thought they had the other one.
still 4 hits.
Yep, 4 hits.
And poison 4 up.
Yep.
Okay, so 4s.
It's gonna be another 3 wounds.
3 wounds, and I need all 3 of these to save.
Yep. Whoa! Gotta get some new dice.
All right, so that is a unit dead.
And I get to soul burst both those guys.
You
now,
do.
which I will use to attempt to charge. Well, I don't have to charge. I can just move and then charge in the assault phase.
Yeah.
Try and get the side charge on that thing. Let's see here. This is where the options open up. Ooh, I could try and go after your plasma cannon guy.
You could.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and go for that.
And they have skilled redder, so.
Yep. No difficult terrain.
No
or
difficult
dangerous
terrain.
I should say.
And then these guys here.
Yep, they're just gonna do the same thing. They will have to take dangerous terrain though.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they already shot. So, guy on the right, guy on the left.
And they're good. And then the scourges.
Yep, Scourges are just gonna shoot into that
The razorback.
Razorback. Yep, so
Okay.
get their 4 haywire shots, hitting on 3s.
So
3
3 hits.
And glancing on 2s. And it's going to be 3 glances.
All right, so it is dead. And we'll do the pile out here in just a second. All right, so these guys have piled out behind. Trying not to give too much line of sight to anybody here. The Scourges are going to do their soul burst.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought about it. I'm going to shoot at that rhino
Okay.
first, which I believe I can only see with probably 3 of them. 3 in front, maybe.
Maybe. We'll check line of sight and get right back to you.
Okay.
For checking, it's actually only these 2, this one and this one, that can see. So hitting on 3s.
Yep.
So 1 hit.
1 hit.
Glancing on a 2.
And you're going to get a
he
big
has
cover.
graciously given me a 4 up cover there.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter. So it's down to 2 hull points,
Yep.
and it's been glanced.
All right.
So
Next shot then.
the Raider.
Yep, Raider is going to shoot. He's just, I guess, just going to snap fire his dark lance into those guys.
Okay.
6 misses, as
Okay.
I expected. The guys on the inside are going to rapid fire into him, or
Okay.
into that Devastator squad. 1, 2, 3.
The guys inside at the same squad.
Hitting on 3s, yep. And Devastators. Hitting on 3s with a reroll.
Oh, you needed the reroll this turn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Here we go.
And then rerolling on 3s.
Ooh, that was an
Still a
alright reroll.
fair number of. All in all, that's a pretty substantial number of
I
hits.
mean, yeah, I'll do it.
So, and then wounding on 4s.
Yep.
4 poison.
Yeah, really that's what you need the reroll on. I usually roll pretty bad for the wounds. So hit wounded on 4s. There
All
we
right,
go.
and I see more than 4.
Yep, so it's going to be, let's see here, 9.
9. So here's the first 5, and one goes down, and all right, 3 guys go down. All right.
Hopefully I can force a save there. Or a fallback. Alright, and then guess I'll do this guy.
Okay, so
Snap.
that Raider
I'll
at
snap fire
the
at
the Rhino that's down to 2 hull points.
Yep.
Hitting on a 6, and he misses.
Of course.
And then are the guys inside in range for?
Nah, I don't think they can do anything that I
Okay.
want to do. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I can shoot at the...
Shoot at the scouts.
Yep, so...
Okay.
Not within rapid fire, but... Alright. some of these scouts hitting on 3s. The reroll, which I don't need, I guess.
You got 1, 2, 2 2s, and 1 miss, and then wounding on 4s.
Yep.
I think I can say goodbye to those scouts.
They got their. They're still. I guess they didn't go to ground last turn. Yep.
So it's like 5 wounds, 6 wounds, 1, 2,
7. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 6.
6. So I will go to ground with them again for a 2-up. Just, yeah, 2-up.
Yeah.
So here's 5, and 1 guy goes, 2 guys go, excuse me. Yeah, so just 2.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so scouts are down to 2 or 3. You gonna start with the fire dragons this time? Or do you want to start with the flamers?
I'll actually start. Yeah, I'll do it with the fire dragons first.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay, so fire dragons, I got Meltas.
Oh, I have a feeling I know where they're going.
Yep, all of them have Meltas.
They're gonna
So I'll
go
do
into
them
that
first.
rhino.
I'll roll the Exarch separate. He's got weapon skill 6. The other one's
Okay.
got 5. So these ones are going to hit on 2s against that rhino.
Okay. They all hit.
4 hits.
And
Let's roll for those right now, I guess. They're obviously within 6, I think. So we'll be.
Yeah, so they'll be melter range.
Yep. So penning on
So that's a pen,
pen,
and another pen,
pen,
and
pen.
another pen,
and
another pen.
pen. All right. I guess I'll just roll the damage for those.
Yeah.
And they get +1 in addition to their +2 for being the
So
AP1.
plus
so
3?
+3 on the damage table.
So any 4s will blow it up.
Yep.
All right, so it explodes
Blows up times
3
4.
times. No, 4 times. Yeah. So how far does it explode?
Let's see. 2 inches.
So not enough to actually hurt you. There are 5 guys inside.
Okay.
Do you want to roll to wound them on force?
Sure. Yeah. And that's a cock dice.
All right, so 4 wounds. So 4 3-ups. All right, this time they all save. So we'll remove that and we'll replace them with the guys. So there is the exploded vehicle and a pinning check for the guys inside. They are not pinned. And then you're gonna soul burst the fire dragons.
Yep. So I'll do same 4 guys right off the bat.
At this guy.
At this squad.
Oh, okay,
actually.
you're shooting at this squad that came out.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So looks like 3 hits.
Yep. 3 hits. And then wounding on 2s.
All right.
That's
so
3 AP1 wounds.
Yeah.
And Exarch.
hitting on a 2 with a yep. So
Yep.
that hits.
And wounding on 2.
All right. So 4 guys die.
And then that guy also has a blaster.
Okay.
And he's weapon skill like 8 or something.
So it hits?
Yep, hits. Wounds on 2. There you go.
And do I get a?
No, it's AP2 also.
Okay. So that squad's dead. All right.
Alright, then I'll do the Wraith Guard. I'm going to try and flamethrower this squad.
Okay. So that guy gets 1.
This
That guy can get all 3.
And then this guy can
You
get
get
3.
all 3.
Yeah, he can get 3 too.
Okay. So 7 hits.
Yep.
And wounding on 2s.
3s actually, because it's -1 to the destroyer table. So,
Okay.
1 or 2 is not going to do anything.
All right. So looking for 1s and 2s.
Whoa! It's a cock dice.
All right. So 1, 2, 2
die.
wounds.
That's not enough to let me soul burst.
I'm gonna look out, sir.
Yeah.
Off the sergeant. Okay. So 2 guys.
Wow. All right. And then for a regular shooting attack, I'm going to shoot these guys at that last guy
Okay.
in the hopes
Pull
of
that out.
taking him
Just-
out.
Okay.
Still get 2 shots each.
And these don't ignore cover, right?
They don't, no.
Okay.
Alright, so here's the ordinary non-Exarch guys hitting on 2s.
And they all hit.
Good thing I took the aspect host.
Yeah. Most of those would have missed.
Yep. And then wounding on 2s. Actually, I forgot about this last game. They wound against initiative and not toughness.
So initiative 4.
Yep. So it's strength 6, so it'll still be.
Still be 2s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be 7 wounds from that, and then the
Okay.
Exarch. I'll just do his right off the bat too.
So
misses,
one-
but he gets a reroll on a 6+.
So 1 hit
Yep. So that's going to be
and 1
another
more wound.
So 8 wounds total.
Okay. All right. So 8 2-up saves because he's going to go to ground.
Okay.
It's the only way he's going to live.
Yep.
And he's dead.
Okay. And then because he was within 7 of these 2 guys, these guys are going to soul burst and shoot at that.
Okay.
Which I believe.
So that guy can just get it. So 3 hits.
3 hits.
And one
destroyer hit. Or I guess no,
Gla-
that doesn't count.
Yeah,
Because it's,
one glancing hit. So we'll check on the destroyer table and get right back to you with that
Yeah.
result. But these 2 do nothing.
Yep.
All right. So after checking, it does do D3 hull points, and it is a penetrating hit. So go ahead and roll the D3.
D3. It's gonna be 3.
So it is wrecked. Go ahead and roll to see if it
See if it
explodes.
blows up. +2 on the damage table. 6.
So 6, it does not. So there is the emergency disembarkation. There are 2 combat squads. So the one with the missile launcher, and then plasma gun, combi plasma there. Taylor has opted to use his soul burst with the warp spiders to shoot at the combat squad with the plasma gun, combi
Yep.
plasma.
Alright, so hitting on 2s.
And 2 misses.
And the Exarch is roll right now, 2 on 2s.
And
2
2 hits. All right.
And 2s to wound. 6 will be AP1.
All right, so there's 1 AP1.
And 5 other wounds. Oh, sorry, 4 other wounds.
All right, so the first guy just goes. And 4 3-up saves. And one more guy. I guess the first guy would get a 5-up cover because we called this a 5-up cover. So
Okay.
and
He's fine.
so I'll put 1 back.
Okay.
So still we'll have to take a. We'll not have to take a leadership test with them.
They have to
'cause-
take a pinning.
a pinning test.
Nasal exploded.
So pinning test, their leadership 8, so they are pinned, and the other one are not pinned.
Okay.
All right, so you will get psychological warfare after all,
All right,
and we'll do
those
that
guys have to-
that guy right there,
Yep.
and he's
He's
fine.
fine. Okay.
So these guys are pinned, and those guys passed their leadership check. I think that's your shooting phase.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Um,
well, actually, I guess I have these 2 guys I can still shoot.
Yeah, are they within range?
Let's see. 36? Yeah, they're within range.
And can he see through the big giant
see.
thingamajigger?
Yep.
Okay. And then
I can shoot with one of these guys.
one of those guys?
Yep.
Okay. Definitely
Yep.
just within range.
Yep.
Okay, so you might as well just roll them together.
Yeah. Hitting on 3s. Actually, it's 6s. They
yeah.
jinked. They both.
The 1 unit jinked. So we'll
Oh.
get back to you
Okay.
with the rolls.
My bad.
Yeah, so go ahead and do the one that jinked.
Okay.
Hitting on 6s.
Yeah, 6s.
Nothing
No.
there. And the other one that did not jink.
Hitting on 3s.
So 3 hits.
2 hits.
Oh. That's 3.
Oh, 3. Sorry. Ugh.
And wounding on 2s or 4s?
2s.
Okay.
Yep. Swing 6.
So 2 wounds and 3-up saves. All right.
Oh.
Well, there's my plasma gun. All right, and now they will have to take a leadership check,
Okay.
and they're good.
Here we go.
All right. So I think that is now the end of the shooting phase.
Yeah.
A lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, just looking across, that rhino's dead. That rhino's dead. The razorback's dead. The rhino that was there is dead. 1 Devastator left. Yeah, I mean, really, I'm banking everything on those Terminators coming in next turn. Do you have any charges for the assault phase?
I'm going to charge my Avatar into that squad.
Okay, I'm going to Overwatch. Yep. Do you have any other charges to declare?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so because of the Lion's Blade, they do get to Overwatch at full ballistic skill.
Yep.
So they are hitting on 3s.
Okay, and he's toughness 6.
Yep. So I do have a plasma pistol, so I'll start with that.
Yep.
Hits and wounds on a 3.
Yep.
All right. Does not wound. And then 4 plasma gun. I have a plasma gun as well. And it gets hot, so armor save, he's fine. It does hit once. And it also does not wound. Alright, so then 3 regular Marines. Rapid firing bolters, hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 4 hits. And wounding on 6s. I need 4 6s here. There's 1.
One's still better than statistics.
It is. It is a, you know.
That's a term that is real.
Yeah. Do you get an armor save?
Yeah, so I have a 3-up.
Looking for...
Nothing.
Alright, so he's down to 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
And a double 1 will fail the charge. Go ahead and roll your charge distance. And he's in.
I'm in.
With a 5. So, you do get a Hammer of Wrath, right? A monster creature.
Strength 6. So wounds are 2. That's 1 wound.
And 3 up. And he's fine. Alright. You don't have any kind of grenades or anything, right? So
I don't.
Moving through that, going through the terrain, you do get slowed.
Yep.
So I will get back to you with my attacks. Alright guys, so there is that combat right there. So I'm going to start with my 6 attacks. Hitting on 4s. I don't think your weapon skill is...
Weapon skill 9.
So hitting on 5s.
5s, yep.
Alright, so hitting on 5s. So 3 hits. And wounding on 6s.
Yep.
Nothing. Alright, so you're hitting on 3s. You get 7 attacks.
Yep. Strength 6, AP 2 on these ones.
Yep, so hitting on 3s, looking for... Alright, so 6 hits. And 2's kill.
Yep. AP 2.
And that is going to be that unit dead.
6.
Alright, so I'll remove them. And how far do you consolidate?
So D6, and then I can soul burst. Because I wiped out the unit, so I think I'll just use the soul burst to try and charge into your other Marine there. Although I wouldn't be able to hit him this turn.
Alright, so Taylor's going to try to charge. Go ahead and roll your distance.
Yep.
And with a 7, I think he's definitely going to be in. I definitely think that's less than 5.
Yep.
I am going to Overwatch with my bolter, so needing 3s to hit. So 2 hits. And needing 6s to wound. Looking for 2 6s. Nothing. Alright, so he's in. And
It's a brave Marine.
at initiative 1, we will continue. Alright, so because it is initiative 1, the Avatar's already fought and can't fight again. So that is the end of Taylor's turn. And he does get 1 point for psychological warfare.
Yep.
And 1 point for hold the line.
So I have 3 within. So.
And he did not secure objective 2. At the end of my turn, I will get that card.
Yep, can't discard it.
But we will go on to Dark Angel's turn 2. Cards for Dark Angels on turn 2. We have secure objective 6, which is right there, so definitely possible. Then we have behind enemy lines still, because I did not discard that. Probably should have. And then we have domination, So I need to secure every objective on the board. If I do, then I get D3 plus 3 victory points. Definitely something that is doable. This Marine here is objective secured and is currently holding that objective. I don't think he's going to survive this turn, so it might be a little iffy, but maybe I can move those Marines and charge in and give him a fighting chance. These guys can definitely move over there. I have two units here. Depending on the way things go, maybe I can move in and charge one of these units here and then consolidate in order to get the full distance. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get it this turn. They are too close together to go between them. So that is the only way that I'm going to be able to get that one. Now, the only thing that is going to make this possible are these Terminator units here. Because I have 2 objectives, 1 and 2, that I don't have anybody near. So now I have to roll for my reserves and hope they come in.
Here we go.
So we'll start with the regular Terminator unit. And it is in. And the Knights. And they are in.
There you go.
Okay, so decisions. So we'll come back to you with the scatters. Alright guys, so big debate here is whether to put the Librarian over there, where he's surrounded by all kinds of units that he can psychic shenanigan, or whether to put him over here. It really all boiled down to the fact that the Chaplain is part of the Battle Demi Company, which means that he's objective secured, and the Librarian is not. And even if that Terminator squad destroyed the transport, they would not be able to control the objective because there's 10 guys inside.
Yeah.
So I decided to put the Librarian over here. A little risky because this and this are impassable terrain. So I'm going to put them on the edge. Now my Terminators can run and shoot the turn they come on. So I'm hoping for either a direct hit, and I'll just deal with the dangerous terrain, or a very, very small scatter. Because otherwise I'm going to have to run and try to get there, and we'll see what happens. So, scatter.
That'll do it.
2 inches will put me, I think, right there. Do you want to measure that real quick?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that's...
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Right on the edge there.
Right there.
Nice.
So, that's perfect. I'll place them, and we'll get back to you with the scatter for the Chaplain over there. This is the super important scatter here. Needing a direct hit or something very similar to manage to pull off Dominion. Well, and I need a couple other things to go really well too, but we'll see what happens. So rolling the scatter. Well, we'll measure that up and get right back to you. Alright guys, so there's the scatter. Now I am able to run with these guys in the shooting phase, and take a pot shot at the Raider at the same time. So I basically need a 1-inch run will get me to here, and that'll get me within 3 inches here, and the Chaplain is objective secured. Those guys are over there, and they are within basically 1 inch of that objective, so they're holding that one. So the all-important move and charge is going to be there. I need to charge those guys into the Avatar and actually successfully charge in order to claim that objective, and then I need to charge these guys in and either kill a unit or wrap around. If I can wrap around the Wraith Knights or the Wraith Guard, then maybe I can claim that one. We'll see what happens. We'll get back to you after the movement phase. So the movement phase is complete for the Dark Angels. A lot of really lucky rolls for my move through cover. So these guys are really unlucky. They got a 2, but that 2 is enough to put the standard bearer within 3 inches of that objective. These guys moved to 6, trying to charge there. These 2 Marines are hiding in the tree, holding the objective number 2. These guys moved 5 inches forward, and these guys got a 4. So hopefully both will be able to make their charge against the fire dragons. Those Terminators, deep struck right there, right next to the Raider, and then those Terminators over there, deep struck right there within an inch of objective number 1. So we will go on to the psychic phase because my librarian is now on the table. So D6, so 4 plus 2 as we go into the psychic phase. Alright guys, so after some measurement, the only one that I really wanted to cast was Righteous Repugnance, which is range 24 inches. So those Tactical Marines are actually 26 inches away. I wanted to give them rage as they charge into the Avatar to have just the potential of killing the Avatar. But I think Taylor actually suggested that I cast Force just in case. It's not a bad idea. It's only Warp Charge 1. So I'll throw 1 dice at it. That way it can't peril.
There's no downside.
There's no downside if I don't get it. And I don't get it. So, yeah, so we'll move on to the shooting phase. Because of the formation, these Terminators can run and then shoot, so I'll run them first. 6 inches, and then I will show you where they shoot. There is the run move. Now those front 3 right there are within range of those Reaver jet bikes. They will definitely be getting a cover, and Taylor's told me he is going to jink. So I'll start with the assault cannon.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Hitting on 3's twin linked.
That'll do it.
And 1 rending and another wound. So 2 wounds.
Yep.
3 up cover.
3 up cover.
And they're fine. And then storm bolters. And they hit. Strength 4 against your toughness 4. So force the wound. And 2 wounds. So 2 3-ups. And they're good. So then we'll go straight there to the command squad. And we will do bolt pistol, and then 2 bolters. Alright, so hitting on 3s, so 4 hits. And 1, 2, 3, 3 wounds.
Okay, I'm sorry, that was against the...
That was against the Reavers as well.
That's 4 wounds?
Yeah. And 1 dice. So, it's going to be the closest guy. Alright, so they are within 7 inches of this, so they will not have to take a leadership tech. So then we're going to go over to that Terminator unit. Now they will run. And they ran 2 inches. And then I'm going to shoot the chaplain at the Raider. Hitting on a 2. Alright, so that's going to be
6.
A 6. And then needing a 6 to glance. Are you going to jink?
Nah.
Okay. Alright, so nothing. Alright, so I'll spread them out here in a second. And so over there, they've shuffled around, getting the chaplain within 3 inches of that objective. So I'm going to do some charges now. because that is where the rest of the domination card is going to hinge. Might as well go for the big one that matters. I'm going to charge this tactical squad into the avatar. I need a 9 on the dice. It is a 7-inch charge, but I will be going through cover. And I don't get it. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get that card this turn. So I'm going to move straight over here. So I'm going to start with these guys. We said they needed a 7 to get into the fire dragons. So they're going to charge. And they do get a 7. Did you want to overwatch?
Yeah, I'll overwatch those guys.
Okay.
So I get... I'll just roll them all together here. They're all strength 8, AP
Okay.
2-ish.
So hitting on 6s.
Yep, hitting on 6s.
And 1 hit.
Hit, one's on 2.
Alright. So now I don't think that they're going to get in, because that does just kill the front guy. He doesn't get any kind of cover. These guys would have gotten cover. And then these guys need a 4.
Still kill my warlord this turn.
They get a 9. So, closest to closest. And then this guy is actually going to wrap around this way. Putting him within 3 of the objective.
So there's
still a chance. We'll see what happens over there. I'm not too hopeful.
Yeah.
I really needed those guys to make the combat. Just to get them out of the open. Because now they're sitting ducks for all of your shooting and all of your stuff. I do hold every other objective though.
Which is pretty cool.
Potentially, if those guys are still alive, I can get it next turn. But yeah, we'll go on to the assault phase. I think we'll probably start there. If you want to roll your attacks for the avatar.
Sure. So
6 attacks, hitting on 3s. Needing a whiff. Yeah, no, 4 hits, killing on 2s.
Oh, this could be where I whiff though. Oh!
Yeah, that would have.
2.
Those guys had gotten in, I would have been okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So, he is dead. And that's at initiative what?
That was initiative 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get back to you in just a moment. Alright, so that is where the avatar ended up. And then over here, I am going to issue a challenge with that sergeant to the warlord.
And I will accept for some reason.
I mean, you could not accept and not fight.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So we will just rearrange these models, and you get your 3 attacks. What's his weapon skill?
Weapon skill is 7, I want to say.
So he'll be hitting on 3s. We'll fix these guys real quick. 1.
Yep, 7.
Alright, so 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
So they all hit. Strength 3, so wounding on 5s.
Yep. 2 wounds.
So 2 wounds. And if I whiff these saves, I could be in some serious trouble.
Yeah.
And I do.
Throat punched, yep.
Alright, and then the rest of your guys?
Alright, the rest of guys just get, I guess the Archon gets 2 attacks, but they get 1 each otherwise.
And what's their weapon skill?
4.
So hitting on 4s, so
Yep.
3 hits.
3 hits. 3s again, or 5s I should say.
So no wounds there.
Nope.
Alright, so 2 attacks. And no hits. So I lose combat, leadership 8, and I make it. So we stay tied in combat. That's really unfortunate. I wish I hadn't challenged.
Yeah.
But
so it goes sometimes. I get lucky every once in a while.
Yeah.
That Archon punch.
So we will see what happens here as we go into the end of the turn, I secured objective 6. And I did get behind enemy lines with that unit of Terminators over there. And I did steal objective 2 with that unit right there. So as we go into turn 3, it is 5 points for the Dark Angels and 5 points for the Ynnari.
Yep. So
we will go and take a look at Taylor's cards here. Play so often with Brad that we're calling you Brad over there.
Whatever.
So just do a quick sweep of the battlefield. We have that one guy stuck in there. Those guys are sitting ducks right there in the open. And we have these two. And those guys are also sitting there in the open. Those spikes right there with the Scourges and the Avatar and the Raider over there. All eyeing those Terminators. So we'll see what happens as we go into turn 3. Here's Taylor's cards. Secure Objective 6, which is the one that my command squad is holding. Secure Objective 5, which is the one that his Avatar just left right there in the middle. And then Ascendancy, so he does need to secure any 3 objective markers at the end of the turn. He's already controlling objective number 4 over there with the Wraith Guard.
Yep.
So he has the potential to kind of clean up on points if he secures both 5 and 6. That would get him 3 objective markers. And that would also mean that I'm kind of running a little bit low on units and won't be able to get Dominion next turn. So we'll come back to you at the end of the movement phase. Guys, Taylor is going big right now. Warp Spider's attempting to come back on right there. So rolling for scatter. Direct hit.
Do it.
So they're going to end up right there. Alright guys, so Taylor's movement is over. Those Reaver jet bikes just kind of turned around. These scatter bikes have moved. Both had to take dangerous terrain. They were totally fine. So they now have clear line of sight at the one guy holding the objective. The Avatar moved up right there. Basically an inch away from the Terminator unit. That Raider moved up 6 inches. And the Scourges moved there. You did the dangerous terrain for them?
Yet. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll do those right now. Let's see. Oh, failed the first one on the carbine guy, and he dies.
Alright. So far, so good.
Yep. Next guy in line there, he's fine. Next guy is fine. Other guy, and the last guy is fine.
Alright, so one guy died, jumping through, and then
stuck in a tree.
Those scatter bikes, both units just moved over to get clear line of sight on the Terminators.
This guy also needs to take a dangerous terrain.
Okay.
Which
and
is
he's fine. And then that Raider moved up, just hopping over. And then over there, the Wraith Guard just kind of spread out a little bit. And those Warp Spiders just moved 6 inches, right?
Yep.
That's what they rolled?
Yep.
And then over here, that is where the Warp Spiders ended up. So we're going to go on to the Psychic phase with the Avatar. Is he going to actually cast anything?
Yeah, I think he'll try.
Okay.
So let's see what we get. 3.
So 3 dice. So I get 5 and you get 6.
Yep. And I think I'm just going to cast everything into Unbind Souls at those guys.
Okay. So that's Warp Charge 2.
Yep.
And
oh man,
he
double perils.
Oh, all right. It does,
and it does not go up.
Okay. So to do double ones peril for that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll the perils result.
All right.
5. So take a leadership or a wound.
Okay.
I think
that's what it is. I'm pretty
that
sure.
sounds right.
I got it right here. Let's see here. Yep. 5. Take a leadership test. If it's failed, I do the thing. So leadership 10 on that guy. He's fine.
And he passes with a 4.
Yep.
All right. So that is the Psychic phase. Pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
So we'll go on to the shooting phase. Where you want to start over here?
Yeah, I'll start over there. Okay.
With the 2 scatter bikes, so 8 shots.
So we'll do 8 shots at that guy.
And they did not jink because they didn't shoot at them last turn.
Nope.
So hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
Alright, so lots of hits.
So that's going to be 6 hits.
And wounding on 2s.
That's going to be 6 wounds.
Alright. And 6 3-up saves, but they do get feel no pain because of the apothecary. And feel no pain.
He's alright.
He's fine. Alright. So I'm still holding objective 6.
Yep.
Barely. The Reaver's next.
Yeah, they're going to shoot they did drink, so they're going to hit on 6s.
Okay. Shooting the same unit?
Yep, so
okay.
Shooting the same unit. So, hitting on 6s. Oop, that's 2 hits.
2 hits.
Wounding on 4s.
And 2 wounds. And 2 3-up saves. And they're good.
Alright, and then we'll do the boat there.
Okay. It's shooting at the same unit?
Yep.
Okay.
That as well. And it's then 12, so I get
Of just the one or the... yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So...
Alright, so I have to count out a lot of dice.
Okay, and we'll get back to you with the shots.
Alright, so shooting all the splinter rifles at that guy. Rerolling misses.
So hitting on 3s. 3s or 4s?
3s.
Okay.
Yep.
3 misses?
Yep.
Alright, and then wounding on 4s?
Yep.
Alright, this is where I want all those 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Usually that's how it goes, but we'll see. There's a few of them in there.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is going to be 8, 11. 11 wounds.
10?
Sorry.
3, 3, 4, yeah, 10.
10, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Alright, so...
My counting is off today.
Alright, so 10 3-up saves. So... we got 4, 8, and 10. Alright, so 3-up, 5-up with a 5-up feel no pain. So looking pretty good so far. And 5-up feel no pain. Ugh. From there, so this guy's gone, and then this guy, and actually that guy. So, not holding that objective anymore. That sucks. So, but the unit didn't die, so you can't soul burst.
Right.
So I'm okay.
Yep.
Which means you can't hold that objective this turn either.
Unless I get my assault move far enough with my bikes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice trying to keep that point. All right. So your warp spiders.
Yep, warp spiders.
And you said they're going to shoot at the 2-man unit.
Yep.
Okay.
Try and wipe them out. And so I'll roll for the non-Exarch ones first. These will hit on 2s.
Okay. All right.
I actually missed a few of them.
Not bad.
5 hits. And then we'll roll for the Exarch. He gets to re-roll.
And he
good.
hits.
Yep. So strength 6 against your initiative 4.
Yeah.
Wounded on
2s.
2s.
And
2 of them are AP 1.
all right.
Yeah, and 4 other wounds.
I guess I'll just do the AP 1 5-up cover.
Yep.
So 1 dies, and then 4 3-ups. Yeah, it's cocked, so
Yep.
just all right.
He's okay.
So I guess they're both equidistant there, so I'll take the not sergeant away. Alright guys, starting right here with the Wraith Guard.
Yep, we got 4,
16
8,
hits.
12, 16.
So killing on 3s.
See what happens.
Yeah, I see 3 6s and a 5, so that's it right there.
Yep.
So these guys are dead.
Right, and then with my soul burst, I'm just going to move these guys 6 inches normally.
The warp spiders or the wraith guard?
Well, yeah, warp spiders.
Okay.
I'll actually move on top of that thing. Why not? 5 inches.
All right. So that's all the shooting over here.
Yep, and I just got those
And
guys.
we're shooting over there, and we'll come back to you with that shooting. All right, so we're going to start with the Raider, shooting at the Terminator unit. Now it is majority toughness 5.
Alright.
And you got what, 15 shots?
I have, I don't know, a lot. This is how many.
All right.
6 plus 18, so 24 shots.
Yeah. So hitting on 3s re-rolling?
Yep, hitting on 3s are rolling.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah. I've been very lucky this game so far. I think is
1 miss.
23 hits.
All right.
Fours.
Yes. 5s?
Nope, they have poison.
Oh, 4 poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see what happens here.
Let's see here. It's gonna be 14 hits, or 14 wounds.
14 wounds. All right. Well, I will grab 14 dice and come right back to you with 14 2-up saves. The first guy is the Terminator, and then the next guy is the Chaplain. So we'll have to do these one at a time. So 2-up.
You made it.
All right. 2-up. 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 Alright.
This guy's got some good bodyguards.
Oh! Well, I mean, to be fair, I do only have 4 left. So, 4... I could either take 4 3-ups. He's got, I think, 3 wounds, maybe 2. Or I could do Lookout Sirs. Yeah, I'm going to do Lookout Sir, and then anything that he doesn't look out, I'll just take on him. So, 2-up Lookout Sirs. So, he has to take 1. So 3-up. So he takes a wound, and 1 more guy dies. All right. So all in all, not bad.
No, that was a lot of hits.
And I'll double check and see how many wounds he has left. All right, guys. So the Chaplain is down to 1 wound. He unfortunately is not an Interrogator Chaplain, like he was the last time we played.
Maybe someday he will be, though.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if he kills enough people. Enough fallen angels,
yeah,
and then he might become one. So now we have scatter bikes that are going to shoot into them as well. They're all the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you didn't jink with any of them.
I did not.
So just do them all together.
Okay. Hitting on 3s. That's a lot of 1s.
All right, and then these poison, or are they?
Nope. These are wounded on 3s then.
3s this time.
Yep.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
All right, and
AP nothing.
2-up saves this time. So, all right,
Good.
So they're good, and they are fearless. So they're good.
All right.
So that's all the shooting. So we'll go straight to the assault phase. So, do you want where do you want to start?
Here. Yeah, I'll do this one first.
Okay. So I will Overwatch.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately, I am not part of the Lion's Blade,
So you don't do it.
so I don't do it at full ballistic scale. They are still technically twin linked because the turn hasn't ended yet. So 4 shots from the assault cannon, hitting on 5s. because they do still have Grim Resolve and get to Overwatch at Ballistic Skill 2. Twin linked. Ooh. Alright, so Strength 6 against your Toughness 6, so 4s to wound. Nothing. Alright. And then all of these are the Storm Bolters, hitting on 5s as well, still twin linked. Alright, so 3 hits. I'm really hoping for something super nice here.
Yeah.
And wounding on 6s. 1 wound, and you get an armor save.
Yep.
And you make it, and then anything but a double 1 will get you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in.
You made it.
Alright. And then going over here, you said you're going to charge with the Reavers?
Yep.
Okay. All Overwatch. So I have a bolt pistol and the rapid firing bolter, so 3 shots.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. So 2 hits and no wounds.
Okay.
Alright, so
Let's see what they get. They're gonna make
they're going to be in as well.
Yep.
Alright. So, and do you want to just do that combat first?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this.
Okay. And I'll issue a challenge.
Okay.
Because I have to.
Yeah, I don't have any characters in there, but
Alright, well, my champion, you know,
calls him a dirty word.
and tells him to repent.
Yep.
And repent, you heretic.
And they don't.
And they don't.
They're
so
on drugs.
yeah. So do you have assault grenades?
I don't. No.
Okay, so I go first.
Yep.
Alright, so I will count up the attacks and we'll get right back.
Unfortunately, they don't get their stupid 3-up save for some reason with Dark Eldar bikes. Eldar bikes get them.
Alright, so the champion gets 3 attacks, 2 base plus 1 for having 2 close combat weapons. And he is going to be hitting on 3s because he's weapon skill 5. So 1 hit, and it is AP 3, and it does not wound. Oh, so the other guy gets 2 attacks. So 1 hit, and strength 4 does not wound on a 3.
I totally forgot they have Hammer of Wrath too.
Yeah, go ahead and do your Hammer of Wrath.
So I think, yep, my Cluster Caltrap guy lives, so I get D6, Strength 6, Rending ones.
So 4.
4. And then the other guy just gets 1.
Okay.
Strength 4, Rending. So I'll do the 4 Strength 6.
So hit wounded on 2s.
Yep.
So no rending.
But 3 wounds from that, and then the other guy's got a Strength 4 one.
And they're fine.
Fine. Which 1 wound?
And I'll take the non-champion away.
Yeah. And then they also get 3 attacks each on the charge. Hitting on 4s.
Yeah, 4s. So 2 hits.
And wounding on 5s.
And 1 wound. 3 up. No!
Oh, no!
Alright, well, that could spell the end of the game for the Dark Angels, as I now no longer have enough units to control all of the objectives. But we'll see what happens. So you now have objective 6 at the end of your turn.
Yep.
We'll see what happens in this combat over here. I think that we are going to be going at most of the same time as we pile in.
Oh yeah. I get 1 Hammer of Wrath, but
actually, this guy will actually get to go. These 2 will get to go first at initiative 4. You do get your Hammer of Wrath first.
So Strength 6, 1 wound.
2 up, and he's good. Those 2 swords get 2 attacks each, hitting on 5s. So 1 hit there, 1 hit there, and wounding on 6s. 1 wound. It is AP 3, which goes through his armor.
Yep. 2 wounds left.
And then the rest of the attacks are all going to be at the same time. You might as well do yours first. You get 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Hitting on 3s.
3 misses, so 4 hits.
Wounded on 2s.
Yeah.
AP2. Also Soul Blaze. I always forget Soul Blaze.
Oh.
I don't know if that's going to matter.
Alright, so 4 wounds.
Yep.
4 5-up invulns. Oh.
Nice.
3 made. So one guy goes. I guess it's gonna. We'll just pull that guy because he's in base contact. And these guys all pile in. So I'll just replace that guy. I guess I could have taken this guy here. He would have piled in at the same time. That way we don't have a chain fist that doesn't actually exist.
Right.
So 6 attacks. Hitting on 5s. Alright, so... And strength 8 against your toughness 6, so wounding on 2. So there's a wound, AP 2.
Yeah, gotta take it. Down to 1 wound.
So I win combat, but you're fearless?
Yeah.
Okay. So we just pile in.
Wait, I'm not fearless.
You're not fearless.
Doesn't say it is. Oh wait, let me see here. Oh, wait, I am fearless. Never mind. Sorry.
Alright.
It's in my special rules that I'm fearless.
Cool. So you are fearless, but I win combat by 1. So yeah, we go ahead and pile in, and we sit there. Alright, last combat of the turn. Coming over here. 3 attacks for the Warlord. Hitting on 3s, right?
Yep. 3s. That's
So... Alright, 2 hits.
2 hits. Wounded on 5s.
So
1
1 wound, 3-up save. And he's safe.
Alright.
And then
6 attacks from the other guys. There's the Archon.
And what's their weapon skill? So they're hitting on 4s, right?
On 4s, yep.
So 1 hit.
And wounds on 5s. 1 wound.
1 wound, 1 3-up save. And he's dead.
The karate chop.
Alright. Well, that is that.
We're going to consolidate 6. Over here.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright, so that is the end of your turn. So the end of your turn, you do hold objective 5.
Yep.
You do hold objective 6. And then what was your other card?
Hold 3 objectives.
Ascendancy. So you hold 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll a D3.
So what I get? Oh yeah, D3.
And 3.
3. Oof.
Alright, so big turn for the Ynnari.
Yeah, it was...
So at the end of the turn, they get 3 for Ascendancy.
3 on here.
And he's over there tallying his points.
Yep, so I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I 10.
And 10 for with First Blood.
Yep.
Alright, so 10 to 5 as we go into Dark Angel's turn 3. At the start of Dark Angel's turn 3, here are the cards. Normally I'd narrate them, but 2 of these are secret. And on this one, there is a 3, because that is what I have selected. And then, of course, Domination is still in play. Probably will end up discarding that one. It's still technically possible. So we have that unit there holding an objective. We have that unit there which can possibly move towards objective number 5. Depending on how that combat turns out, I could break off the Librarian and maybe in 2 turns hold this objective. And same thing over there. But I mean, we're talking 2 full turns away for the Dark Angels, so not really gonna be something that I'll probably end up being able to do. But we will go into movement phase. Yeah, I think I will just move. You don't have any other objectives over there. So yeah, I think I'll just go into the movement phase and we'll come back to you once it's done. That unit right there of Terminator or of Tactical Marines, moves 6 inches towards the Scourges. That unit broke apart. The Chaplain moving 6 inches towards those scatterbikes. And the Terminator's trying to move this way to take care of those. Only getting a 1 for the move through cover. So didn't really get to go anywhere. That unit there is stuck in combat. And that's it. That's all my units. That one guy is going to sit there and
hold the fort.
Hold the fort down. Actually, he's going to pop back like that. Give himself a little... Well, they're not AP3, are they?
Nope.
So they're
unless they roll a 6 to wound.
Yeah. So he'll sit like that. So he does get a little bit of cover.
That could come in handy.
So, but that's going to be the movement phase. Going on to the psychic phase. Doesn't really matter. I only have 1 blessing. And that would give rage. But I don't think it's going to matter.
If you give it to those guys and they charge into the Scourges, they might be able to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point. Yeah, I was just thinking about the Chaplain, but I think he's too far away. But yeah, I guess I'll roll for it. 5 dice. Plus my 2. So we'll come back with the dice and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so after a lot of deliberation, I decided to not cast anything in the psychic phase. I really want those Scourges to actually survive this turn and fail combat in their turn. So if I wipe them out this turn, then that unit of 5 Marines is going to have to weather shooting from that unit and everything in there, and possibly more. Probably the Warp Spiders too, depending on what happens. So I have decided to not cast Righteous Repugnation on that unit of Tactical Marines, and we're going to go straight to the shooting phase. So I'm actually not going to shoot with that unit at all, because I don't want to kill any of the Scourges to make my charge range any longer. I am going to shoot the plasma pistol from the sergeant who's hiding over there at the Warp Spiders. I'm sure you're going to flicker jump.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
For sure.
So you have to roll for how far you go.
Yeah, so it's D6 plus 6, I believe. Or I can't remember.
So we'll double check on how far they go, because I think once he does that, they'll be out of range. But just in case, I do hit if they're still within 12 inches. So
6 plus 2d6.
6 plus 2d6.
Yep.
Okay, so that is going to be 12 inches.
That'll get me out of there, I think. And I'm just going to do it straight this direction.
All right, so they are no longer in range. But the good news is the plasma pistol did not get hot when I shot. So that's a plus.
Yep.
So we will go on to those Terminators over there are actually going to run. Yeah, they're going to run 3 inches. And then that is going to be all of the shooting phase. So I will move them and we'll go on to the assault phase. Got a couple of charges to declare. I'm going to charge these Tactical Marines into the Scourges. Now I have been informed that strength 1, they cannot hurt the Marines in Overwatch. So, rolling for charge distance. 5 and a 5. That's definitely going to get them in. And then I'm going to charge the chaplain at the scatterbikes.
Yep.
Needing, it looks like
You need like a 3.
a 3.
Yep.
Okay. And that's a 6, so he's going to be in. I think that's going to be all of the charges, so we'll move him in and go from there. Alright, so there's that charge move. There's that charge move. Taylor has informed me that he did want to Overwatch over there.
I forgot.
So we'll do that if you just want to roll him right here. And no 6s, so it didn't matter. So he is initiative 5.
Yep.
Weapon
skill 3. So.
Weapon skill 5, so you're hitting on 4s.
4s. Yep.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
Nothing. And I get 2 attacks base, +1 for charging, +1 for 2 close combat weapons. So I'm hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Zealot.
Okay.
So, and re-rolling the 1 miss, and 3 hits. Strength 6, AP 4.
Okay, so wounded on 2s.
All right, 2 wounds.
All right, 3 ups.
Then you make it. All right. So.
Thanks, cheap, weird armor that Aeldari get for some reason.
Yeah. So they stay locked in. So that's perfect. My chaplain isn't going to get shot off the board.
Yep.
Feeling pretty good about that.
Good.
So let's go ahead and go over here to the Scourges versus the Tactical Marines.
Okay.
What's
They're
their
also initiative 5?
Initiative 5.
Yep.
So go ahead and pile them in. And we'll probably just leave them there simply for ease.
Yep.
One of the rules we have here is that all of the objectives are impassable so that they don't get broken.
Okay.
So we'll just leave them just to make it easier on ourselves.
Okay.
So 4 attacks, hitting on
4s.
Okay. 2 hits.
And then wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
1 wound, 3 up armor. And he's good. So then there are 5 Marines. So 10 attacks on the charge. And I'm hoping for not killing them all this turn. So hitting on 4s. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's a lot of hits. And what's their toughness?
3.
Okay. So 6 hits, wounding on 3. Wounding on 3s. So 4 wounds.
4 wounds, 4 up save.
I want him to make at least. All right, he made 2, 3.
Yeah, so 1 dies.
So 1 dies. That's actually the perfect result.
And I'll take the one in the back.
So you lose combat.
Yep.
By 1.
So I need to get a 7.
7 or less.
Yep.
And there's a 5 and a 1.
Yep.
So that is actually the exact result that the Dark Angels were looking for. Taylor and I talked about it at length before I charged in. So that unit's safe. The chaplain is safe.
These guys not so safe.
The Terminators will go on to that combat. So you are initiative 9.
Yep.
So you get 6 attacks.
6 attacks, and they're hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. And they all hit. And then wounding on 2s.
Yep. AP 2. So that's going to be 4 wounds.
Alright, so 4 5-up saves. So 2 more are safe. 2 more die. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the sergeant and 1 regular guy. Because they would all be in base contact. So
Okay.
So then we'll do the librarian, who gets 2 attacks. He didn't charge. And that's a hit.
That's a hit.
And wounding on a 6. That's not a hit, or not a wound. Alright, so then the other two have power fists. That's going to be 4 hits.
Yep.
Wounding on 2 is AP 2.
Yep.
He's only got 1 wound left, so I need a single 2 to kill you. Alright, so the Avatar is dead.
Boom.
No Soul Burst because nothing that can is within 7.
Yep.
So I will consolidate 1 inch. Oh man. So I guess I'll consolidate 1 inch and 1 inch, and I'll leave the librarian where he's at. That is going to be the end of the turn. Once again, that combat, they got locked in. That combat, they're also locked in. I did end up winning there, but the Avatar is not your warlord this time.
Nope.
Alright guys, so the cards for the Dark Angels still have Domination. Now based on how the turn went, I still have enough units to potentially pull that off. That is actually the only thing that will keep me in the game at this point in time. This one I did not achieve this turn. And the Path of Redemption, score 1 victory point at the end of your turn if during your turn a friendly unit with a Dark Angels faction charged an enemy unit that at the start of the charge subphase included more models than their own unit.
Right there.
The Chaplain charged a 2-man unit of Scatterbikes, so I did secure this objective. So at the end of turn 3, it is 5 points.
I thought you had one more.
I thought I had one more too. 6 points. I have one card over there.
One. That's right.
6 points to 10 going into turn 4 for the Dark Angels. So, just giving you a little quick pan of the battlefield. It is still anybody's game at this point. I should have charged that unit over there at the Raider. I should have charged it. But that's okay. Still anybody's game. So we will see Taylor's draw and we will come back to you. As Taylor does his movement, here are his cards. Harness the Warp. Unfortunately, I killed his Psyker, so he's unable to get that one. He'll probably discard it at the end of the turn. Domination. He needs to control every objective. Definitely doable for him. He's already holding 2 of them. He just needs to kill a couple of my units that are holding them. And then Kingslayer, he needs to kill my Warlord. My Warlord is currently in combat with him. Definitely some options there. We talked about maybe him charging in a couple extra units to get some extra attacks in there. We'll see what he does. Movement phase is done for the Ynnari. Quick pan. So these Scatterbikes moved up. Now looks like they're gonna probably take some shots at those Terminators. Now that Librarian is in Terminator armor, and then they'll probably try to steal that objective away. Those Witches over there, right there, Witches?
Warriors.
Warriors. Yeah. Sorry, Cabalite Warriors.
That's okay. It's a lot of W's and R's in this army.
Have piled out of the Raider, which is now immobilized. And they are looking to make a charge there. The Scatterbike moved over, giving itself some options. Over there, we have the... Sorry guys, I dropped something. I got distracted. The Fire Dragons over there are moving up, getting their Strength 8 Meltas super close to those Terminators. The Wraith Guard moved towards the Terminators, still holding the objective, but they are just out of range. And everything else, you'll notice right here, there are 3 different units right there. There are the Scourges, which are in combat, the Warp Spiders, and those Reaver jet bikes are all right there. Getting ready to absolutely demolish that 5-man squad. And then right here, this raider moved over just a little bit, spun around, and the Cabalite Warriors hopped out to secure objective 6. So we will go on to the shooting phase. Not going to be any shooting there because that unit is in combat. Are the Warriors going to shoot?
I'm probably going to try and shoot these guys.
Okay. Looks like they're probably in rapid fire range.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So we will figure out what order we want to do the shooting in. Lots of shooting coming up. And we'll get back to you in just a second. Alright, going to start with these 2 scatter bikes at those Terminators. 8 shots, right?
Yep.
4 each?
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
A fair amount of misses.
Half.
So wounding on 4s?
2s.
Sorry, 2s.
6. Yeah. So
4 wounds. And 4 2-up saves. I think what I'm going to do is do 4 lookout stairs first.
Okay.
So 4 2-up, lookout stairs, so they all looked out. And 2-up. Whew, alright, all safe.
Okay.
I got worried there.
Then I'm going to shoot the blaster, or not blaster, dark lance at them from that thing.
From the Raider?
Yep, so hits on 3. Nope.
And it misses.
Alright, and then I'm going to shoot all those Cabalites at them.
Alright, and the Cabalite Warriors are within rapid fire range of those Terminators.
No longer get rerolls because they're not in the Raider.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So hitting on 3s?
Hitting on 3s.
I'd say that's still a fair amount of hits.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
Alright, and then poison 4+?
Yep.
Okay. This is where I'm hoping to see
some 1s and 2s
some 1s and 3s.
Oh man, there they are.
Yeah, 4 ups are needed here.
So it's going to be 8, 9. 9 wounds.
9 2-up saves. Alright. Fortunately, Terminators only have 1 wound each. So. Oh!
Well, they're fine.
They are totally fine.
Dang.
Alright. That's all the shooting over here, right?
Yep.
So those Terminators have weathered the storm.
Yep.
So gonna go. Is there any shooting with those Warriors or the Scatterbike?
Scatterbike? Yeah, I think the Scatterbike is gonna shoot at those guys.
Okay. So 4 shots.
4 shots.
Hitting on 3s. So 2 hits.
I'm wounded on 2s. Or I guess they
toughness 5, so wounded on 3s.
1 wound.
1 wound. 2-up save. And they're fine. Alright. So now is where they really start to feel the pain. So
I'll do this guy first. So he's going to shoot the Dark Lance.
The Dark Lance?
Yep.
Does it have arc on that?
Yep.
Okay.
So shooting the Dark Lance. Hits.
It hits.
Wounds on a 2. Strength 8. AP 2.
AP 2. So I need a 3-up save here, guys. Alright, so 1 goes down.
I guess it would be this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. And then.
Alright, and then I'm going to have 5 shots from the Fire Dragons plus 1 from the Archon.
Okay.
So I'll roll the ordinary Fire Dragons first. They're hitting on 2s.
Okay, they all hit.
Wounds on 2s. It's 4 wounds, AP 1.
So 3-up saves. Alright, and that unit's dead.
Alright.
Alright, and that is that dead unit.
And then I Soul Burst. I guess I can't really do anything with that Soul Burst, so I would just want Soul Burst. That's fine.
Okay.
Alright. I think that's it for my... Oh no, Warp Spider's back there.
Oh, I totally missed those Warp Spiders, guys.
They're sneaky.
So we'll grab some dice and we'll come right back to it. Alright guys, so these Warp Spiders I totally missed during the recap of the movement. They were on top of that Rhino. And they moved here. And they're now going to shoot at that veteran sergeant. Yeah, go ahead and throw those dice.
Hitting on 2s, these are ordinary guys.
They'll all hit. And
wounding on 2s. 6s are rending.
Alright, there's a rend.
Yep.
No cover, because that guy had perfect line of sight right there.
Yep.
So
Then they're just going to move 6 inches towards that objective.
that'll put them definitely within range there.
Okay. Now,
Just
I'll just leave them there then.
Alright, so those warp spiders are there. I have a feeling you're going to charge everything over there.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll the charge distance for the Reavers.
Yeah, Reavers.
And I think they're going to be in.
Yeah.
And the warp spiders.
Warp spiders.
I don't think so for the warp spiders.
Yeah, you just go that far.
So,
That's fine.
but the Reavers are in, and they do get Hammer of Wrath.
Yep, D6 hammer rats on one of them. So that's 5.
5 strength, 6 rending.
Yep, and then strength 4 rending on the other one. So
Okay.
I'll do the strength 6 first.
Well, there's 2 rends.
Yep, and 3 wounds.
Okay. So, 3 up armors. So 1 more dies. So that leaves 1 guy left.
2 guys.
No, because you rended 2.
Oh, that's right.
And then failed 1. Yeah, so you're right. 2 guys. 2 guys. So, and then you have 1 more Hammer of Wrath.
Yep.
Strength 4.
Or rending, which doesn't do anything.
Does not do anything. Alright, so I will pull those guys. And did you have another charge over there? Did you want to charge the Cavalry Warriors?
I want to charge those guys too.
Okay, so go ahead and roll charge distance. 1 and
3.
I don't know. We'll measure that real quick. I'll walk around. Because I don't know if that's going to...
I think it will.
Yeah, it looks like... Here, I'm going to zoom in on that tape measure. Yeah, looks like it's going to be just in.
Yep.
So those Cavalite Warriors are now in. So now my chaplain has some things to worry about, as he may get overwhelmed with the sheer number of attacks.
2 attacks each.
All right, coming back to this combat, his bikes get 2 attacks each. He just said
Actually, 3 attacks each.
2 base plus 1 on the charge.
They're doing drugs. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Plus 1 for the combat drugs.
They're all hopped up.
So we'll go ahead and roll those right here in this little open space.
Yep. So I'm hitting on 4s.
And 2 hits.
2 hits. And moving on 5s.
No wounds. The Scourges are also initiative 5,
Yep.
so 3 hits. There are 3 attacks.
Also hitting on 4s. Nothing.
And alright. My 1 guy. I think I'm going to go after the Scourges. I think that's the best bet for him to do a wound.
You got 2 guys.
Oh, that's right. 2 guys. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Scourges are toughness 3.
Yeah.
And the bikes are toughness 4.
Yep.
So either way, I'm hitting on 4s. Yeah, I'm going to attack the Scourges. So 2 attacks hitting on 4s. 1 and
1 or not 3.
no wounds. Alright, so I lose combat. But I'm stubborn, so leadership stays at 8. And I make it, so I stay there.
Alright.
So technically I still hold objective 5.
Yeah.
So no domination for you.
Nope.
Which is what you were going for.
Yes, it was.
Because you control every other objective at this point. Except for that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get that one either. Although there's, I could contest it, but yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll go on to that combat over there with the chaplain.
Alright.
Your scatterbikes are initiative 5.
Yep.
And your Cavalite Warriors are as well?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and just do your Cavalite Warriors with their 20 attacks. Hitting on
4s, I suppose.
weapon
skill 4.
Okay, so hitting on 4s, yeah.
Yep.
And
Ooh, that's a lot of 1s.
it is a lot of 1s and 2s. And looks like you got a couple of 3s in there.
Cool. And then wounded on 5s.
Oh, they're only strength 3?
Yep.
Alright. So 2 wounds.
Wounds.
And 2 3-up saves. And he is dead.
Whew.
He takes 1 wound, and he was only on 1 wound. So how far do they consolidate?
Well, I think I'm just going to soul burst him. So they'll be consolidating 6.
Okay.
Go. And these guys are going to soul burst 12. Boop. And so just run this way.
Alright, and that is going to be the end of the Ynnari turn 4. So, you did get Kingslayer.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll a d3 for that. So 1.
Alright.
And then you did not get Domination.
Nope. Or Harness the Warp.
Harness the Warp.
And I'll
go ahead and discard that
Harness
one.
the Warp. Yep.
Alright. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Plus Slay the Warlord.
12, 13
Yep.
for First Blood. 13 to 6 as we go into Dark Angels turn 4. Alright guys, so here is the cards for Dark Angels on turn 4. So I drew Secure Objective 2. I really don't think that's going to happen. It's all the way over here, and the closest unit I have is right there, and they're stuck in combat. I still have this one right here. And then I drew no prisoners. Taylor was a super swell guy and let me discard Domination simply because there was no point at this point, and I really should have discarded at the end of last turn. So we were just talking about this one. I can theoretically kill up to 5 units this turn. Maybe even 6, maybe. But that would definitely be pushing it. So we'll go into the movement phase and we will see what happens. Alright guys, movement phase for the Dark Angels is complete. A lot of strategeries have been involved based on the cards. I could theoretically kill 6 units. So if I win that combat there and make both units flee, then I could sweep and advance them both. That would kill 2 units. Then with the Terminators right here, they do have split fire, so I could kill the Raider, or shoot at the Raider and shoot at the Cabalite Warriors, potentially blowing up the Raider and whittling the Warriors down. I have a pretty big psychic phase coming up with this Librarian who is split off from the Terminators. Hoping to cast a psychic power here, making those bikes fail a leadership test and run off the board, and then charging these bikes here. So that would be a total of 6 units, which would get me no prisoners, D3 plus 3. That would really be the only way at this point in time that I can catch back up. There is a lot of moving parts involved, but it is possible. So I will go on to the psychic phase. So 3 plus my 2 gets me a total of 5 dice. And so we're going to start right now with the Primaris, which is Mindworm. It is only Warp Charge 1, and it is Strength 6, AP 2, Ignore Cover. So we will get back to you right after that roll. Alright guys, so the Librarian is just within 12 inches of those Scatterbikes. So it is Warp Charge 1, needing 1/4, and I get it on a 6. Did you want to deny that one?
No.
Okay, so needing a 2 to hit, and it's a hit, and then I need a 2 to wound. Ah!
Why?
And I get a 1. All right. Well, I can still kill 5 units.
Yep.
All right, guys. So after some deliberation, I am going to cast Trephination. It is Warp Charge 2 onto the Kabalite Warriors. So, needing 2 4s, and I get a 4 and a 6. I have a feeling he's going to try to throw 2 6s.
Nope.
Okay, so D6 or 2d6 plus 2 minus the leadership of 8.
Yep.
Okay, so I need 2 boxcars.
Yeah.
Or 2 6s here,
That'd be nice.
and I get a 4. So 6.
Which
Yeah, you don't take a single wound.
no.
All right. Luckily, I had planned for this, so we're gonna go straight into the shooting phase. The librarian doesn't have a shooting weapon, so he's gonna sit there for the shooting phase. I'm going to split fire these 2 Terminators because Deathwing Terminators have split fire. I'm going to do the Stormbolter into the Kabalite Warriors, so hitting on 3s. So 2 hits and strength 4 against your toughness 3.
You're hitting on 3s. Yep.
So winning on 3s. So 2 wounds.
Armor 5, so they just die.
So 2 guys go down. And then the assault cannon is actually going to shoot at the raider. So 2 hits. And how many hull points does it have? Just 2?
3.
3?
Yep.
So
Gotta blow it up.
I have to blow it up. So strength 6, glancing on 4s, pending on 5s. So I need 2 5s here. So I get 1 5. And it is open top.
Yep.
So I need a 6 here to blow it up.
Oh.
Nope. Alright. So it is down to 2 hull points.
Yep.
So we'll go straight to the assault phase because I've already discussed what's going to happen with Taylor off camera. So that librarian is going to charge this unit of scatterbikes right there. Needing a pretty decent charge distance here. Getting a 6 and a 6, so he's definitely in. Go ahead and do your Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about Overwatch.
So 8 shots here, hitting on 6s, getting 1 hit.
6.
And 1 wound. And a 2-up save for Terminator armor. And he's good, so he is in. And then I'm actually going to do a multi-assault with these 2 Terminators into the Raider as the primary target.
Okay.
That way I'm assured to make a charge. And then the Kabalite Warriors as the secondary.
Okay.
So, and a 4-inch will actually
you're gonna make it.
get me to both of them, I believe. I know it'll definitely get me to the Raider.
Yeah.
Which is why I did that as my primary target. And then we'll measure up and see if it gets me into the Kabalite Warriors. Alright guys, so the Kabalite Warriors are safe. I needed a 5 in order to get to them. It was a 3-inch charge into them, but I did make it into the Raider. The Librarian made it here, and there are 2 Marines stuck in combat over there. So I'll just do the Terminators first. I have 6 attacks, hitting on 3s, and looks like 4 hits, and strength 8, glancing on 2s.
Yep.
Hey, look, two pens, AP2, and open top, so adding 2 to the result. Needing 5s here to blow it up and possibly hurt the Kabalite Warriors. There's a 6, so it does explode.
Boom.
And it goes
No.
not far enough to hurt the Kabalite Warriors, just far enough to hurt the Terminators. So go ahead and roll 2 dice.
No.
No wounds. Alright, so that is removed from play because it exploded. So then we'll go over here to the librarian, who did charge through cover. So you are going first.
Yep.
So one hit.
And nothing.
No wound.
Yep.
All right. So he's got 3 attacks, and he's going to be hitting on 3s. I actually realized that I didn't actually hit with the first psychic power, anyways, because he's only weapon. Or he's ballistic skill 4.
Oh, really? Okay.
Weapon skill 5.
Yeah.
So 2 hits.
Yep.
And I need 4s to wound, but they are AP 3, so...
Yep, so they'll kill him.
And...
One's dead.
One's dead. And so I technically win combat.
Yep. So I'll make a leadership 8.
And... yeah, you pass. So we stay locked in combat there. So you are initiative 5 over there.
Yep. So I'll do those first. So I'll do the Reavers.
Okay.
The 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s.
Yep. And
2 hits.
2 hits. And wounding on 5. So 1 wound. 3 up. He's good.
Okay.
And the Scourges are still initiative 5.
Yep.
So 3 attacks.
3 attacks, hitting on 4s.
So 2 hits.
And wounding on 5s.
No wounds. So I am actually going to... See, this is where things get interesting. I'm going to put my attacks on the bikes this time.
Okay.
In the hopes that I kill a unit outright.
Completely.
And then if the Scourges run, maybe I can catch them and get the 3rd unit.
Yeah.
So, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. And wounding on 4s. No wounds. Alright, so tied combat, so we stay there.
Right.
So I killed 1 unit. So I do get a point for no prisoners. Oh, the Terminators need to consolidate. 5 inches. They're going to sneak back around this way.
Okay.
And that is the end of Dark Angel turn 4.
I'm actually going to hit and run at the end of that combat with those bikes.
Oh, with the bikes?
Yep.
Alright.
So with my
Initiative test.
which
You do not. Oh, you know, you're initiative 5.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they
you
make
pass.
Cool.
So,
So 3d6. And
which
I have to
way?
choose a direction. I'll choose this direction.
so coming straight towards me.
Rhino. And I'm going to go...
Is that 13?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually 12.
12?
12.
Sorry. So that'll put them approximately here. Does that put them right on top of that rhino?
Yep.
Alright. And they do have Skilled Rider, so they are fine.
Let's put them right here. They're on top of the rhino, though.
Alright, so we will go into Ynnari. Sorry, I couldn't figure out what armor you were playing. We'll go into
so many
Ynnari
names
turn 5. Here's a quick sweep of the battlefield. So many Aeldari units left on the board. With only 2 units left, 3 units, I guess, for the Dark Angels. So as we go into turn 5. Well, guys, after turn 4, I totally lied to you. I told you we were going into Ynnari turn 5. Didn't happen. Taylor drew his cards. He drew Secure Objective 2, Secure Objective 3, and he still had Domination. I also had Secure Objective 2 on my side, which you could have stolen with your Warp Spiders, who were sitting on Objective 2 already.
Yep.
So effectively, that would have put you at about 20 points. Because you had 13 before we went into your turn. You would have gotten D3 plus 3, plus another 3.
Yep.
So even if you had just gotten a 1, that's 7 more points.
And I also would have had Line Breaker.
Yeah, Line Breaker with the Warp Spiders.
Yeah.
So that would have put you at 21 points.
Yeah.
To my 8, I think is what I ended up with. So the other thing that we looked at was I effectively would have been tabled at the end of that turn. With the amount of movement that you could have done, your Warp Spiders that were in the open would have charged into the two remaining
Marines.
the 2 remaining Marines. The Cavalry Warriors would have sat there on objective 6 and taken rapid fire shots at my Terminators. The Reaver, and then charged in.
Yep.
And then the last free unit of Scatterbikes. Actually, the 2 could have charged into the Librarian and gotten Hammer of Wraths from him.
Yeah, that would have been a long charge, but...
Well, moving 12 and then charging, and then this one could have moved 12, went flat out, and then did an assault move onto that. And you still would have gotten domination and 6 attacks.
Yep.
Onto the Librarian plus the Hammer of Wrath. So effectively, the Dark Angels were tabled, guys. I had a lot of fun.
I did too.
Like we talked about, there was a lot of strategy that went into this one, especially with the Maelstrom cards. I had a lot of fun trying to get, at the last couple of turns, we spent 5 or 10 minutes each time just talking about ways that I could potentially stay in the game.
Long shots, but worth taking, I think.
All that psychic shenanigans that I tried to do turn 4, kind of the positioning of the units in turn 3 or turn 2 when everything came on, to try to get domination, which almost worked.
Yeah.
Your Avatar, unfortunately, I failed the charge to get to him, and so he killed the 1 unit that was holding him down.
Yeah.
And that kind of started the disintegration of my army at that point. Couldn't keep up with the points.
Yeah, I think a lot of it came down to bad dice rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a lot of 1s, a lot of 1s. Starting turn 1 over there, when you shot at me with I think it was the Scatterbikes.
The Scatterbikes and then the Reavers,
Reavers,
which I usually don't even shoot the Reavers.
Yeah, I mean, I rolled 5 1s in a row, I think it was. So, still had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, because that's really why we're doing this. I mean, we love to play, but I wouldn't record it except that I hope you guys enjoy it. So let us know what you think. Leave some comments. We tried to make sure that we got all the rules right. The Ynnari have a lot of crazy little things that set them apart. So if we did something wrong, let us know. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming in today.
Good game, man.
Good game. You definitely win. The Ynnari are broken. Not really, guys.
Beat me last time.
I did beat you last time. Same kind of a setup. I think, like I said, there's a couple things that we could have done a little bit differently. Taylor and I actually talked about different things that we had thought about doing with our lists. The last time we played, he brought a Wraith Knight and the rest of the Triumvirate for the Ynnari. Huge point sync, because we played the exact same point cost. 1850. But he had almost 700 points tied up in 3 extra models, and so the extra bodies on the table are what really gave him the ability to kind of win the day.
I think in a Maelstrom mission, that's definitely an advantage to have that many MSU units running around.
Absolutely. And we didn't know what kind of mission we were going to play before. We rolled a D12 to figure out what we were playing. Came up Spoils of War. So yeah, I mean, that was definitely a good choice, not knowing what we were playing. So the other thing that I could have done differently as far as list building was, I do have those 3 Ravenwing Bikers. I tried to bring a Lion's Blade because I knew that you were going to do a lot of charging. And so having the extra ballistic skill hitting on 3s instead of 5s is a big deal when you are the one doing all the charging.
And especially when everything is so fragile.
Your toughness 3 on the majority of units, and so even my bolters, they're wounding on 3s on Overwatch. So I don't know if I would have brought the bikes this time. I mean, the Lion's Blade did what it was supposed to do. Unfortunately, the Scourges, with their Haywire blasters, managed to kill all of my rhinos, basically. Well, I think it was only the 1 rhino, but then you had
I got the
dark mances on the Raiders. So they
I was able to slow you down right away in the beginning.
Slowed me way down.
That's really what beat me last time, I think, is that you just like rushed me and I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, last game I got lucky on my Warlord trait. I got the one where I can infiltrate the 3 units. So unfortunately, my Warlord trait didn't do me as good this game. It was a -1 to your reserve rolls,
Which would have been awesome if I rolled better or
you
worse.
managed to roll 5+.
Yeah,
I think on all of them. So didn't make a difference. So yeah, good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
I had a lot of fun. So
Thanks for having me.
yeah, absolutely. Probably the last game I'll get to play with this guy. He's moving to Minnesota.
I'll still be watching.
So hopefully I can get him to come visit and play some more Ynnari games.
I'd be down.
So anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Right here there's going to be a button for you to subscribe right over this painting or picture. It's really cool.